Welcome back to my channel, or as I normally say, welcome if you are new to my channel. So I am finally finished with this journal. I am calling this Vintage Rose, and so this is the flip through. I will have this listed for sale in my Etsy tomorrow, which is Sunday, October the 29th, and I'm going to say 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I'm just going to go through the flip through. I'm going to tell you some of the different things that I've done. So one of the first things that you'll notice is it's got a beautiful spine dangle here. You can remove the dangle. So we're going to just go ahead and remove it real quick so that it's not messing with the journal as we go through it. It is tied with, it's like a muslin cloth. It's the same cloth that is on the spine. And I just simply tied it. That's all I've done. I was going to put some lace on the spine, but I really didn't feel like it was necessary. The back I just left very simple. It does have the book corners on it, on the front and the back. I do have the little book plate there, so you can insert like your name or journal or anything like that. It's got this beautiful rose here. It's got some lace, some of the leaves. I love this lace right here. Maybe you guys can get a good look at it. It's stunning. It has 2 signatures, and there is room in the middle, as you can see here. And I almost done it, but I didn't. But you could do like a traveler's notebook type and have a removable signature in there. But the reason I went with 2, because, you know, a lot of times I make my signatures before I put them actually in the journal, and I saw that it was already so chunky. So having the extra space in there gives it a little bit to expand. It's already kind of an alligator mouth. It's not really bad, but it could have been. You'll notice that a lot of the pages are trimmed in lace. You'll see some little charms hanging from the lace. I think there was maybe 4 or 5, 6, I don't even know. Those are attached with ball pins to the lace. You'll see that there are some bulldog clips, some on the side. There's one on the top. You see it's got some lace sticking out of the top. For the spine, when I finished the spine, I just left the string long, and then I just added some beads and charms to that. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into it. And a lot of this I've kind of left it fairly blank so that there's a lot of journaling space to it. But then again, I did do a lot of embellishment to it at the same time. Also, there are a lot of actual vintage papers in here, and I will try to remember what's what and show you. So I have this little flip. This is the front page. I love this. And so this is a flip. When you flip it open, you will see that there is an envelope here that opens. And then in here, this is a vintage page here. This was out of an 1891 songbook. And so I just put that in there. And then this was a journal card that was with the kit that I kind of started using for this journal. And so this will just slide right in there. And I'm trying to be careful because, like I said, this song is from an 1891 songbook. I had thought about putting some type of closure here, but then this holds it down pretty good, so I didn't even do it. And then this right here is just simply a journal card from one of my master boards. I did absolutely nothing else to it. I just thought it was very pretty, and it just looks really nice right there. So there's that. I didn't do anything to this page. I thought it was just beautiful, just like that. When you open it up here, you will see on this inside, I took one of the little circles that was in the kit and I made like a corner pocket. Now this is not vintage, but I have made it to where it looks very vintage. I printed this on, I think it was the kids' doodle paper, and then I inked it really good, and then I put some of my faux vintage tape on it. So it really does look vintage. I love how that looks. And I just tucked that right in there. This is one of the tickets. I think this is one. I know it's one of my digitals. I'm not sure which one it is. If I can remember, I'll try to link it. And it's backed onto coffee dyed paper. And then this is just like a printable sheet of music paper. This right here is out of a vintage atlas, and there are a total of 4 like this in the book. So there's 2 like this one and then 2 of the actual atlas. These were very big, and so what I'd done is I cut the page in half this way, and it left where I was able to open it like this. Now I did reinforce the fold and the spine because this book was so old. The paper is brittle and I didn't want anything happening to the paper, so I did reinforce it. This one I've reinforced with washi tape. This is a piece of vintage music. I have put some lace on the edge and then sewn around it. I put some of my vintage, my faux vintage tape there to make it look like it was hinged in. This is a vintage dictionary page, and I just did some stamping on it with one of my stencils. And I just love the color of that page. This is some coffee dyed tracing paper. Right here with the bulldog clip, I have another piece of like faux vintage ephemera. This is printed on that, I know I'm not saying it right, Lotto paper or something. It's from Nepal, I think it is. And it's very fibrous, so I tore it, and then it like, maybe you guys can see how it done the edge of it. And so it really took the ink, and real good. You can see the back there. And then I put some more of the faux vintage tape on it. And I'm going to take this bulldog clip off for just a second. This is another one of the pages of that vintage atlas, and this one is an actual map. And again, I just done some washi tape down along the fold and the spine because I didn't want this tearing. It is very old. And then I've just put this on that corner there with the bulldog clip. This is a piece of coffee dyed paper. I have done some lace along the edge there and then sewed it with a zigzag stitch. On the inside of that page, I've done a corner pocket, and then this is some of the gold leaf, but it's like multicolored leaf. And then I have one of the tags that we made in like the faux tag things. Here's another one of those like dairy coupons that I've like really vintaged up. This is also, I think this is one of the printables in my shop. And again, I printed it onto the kids like doodle paper. I ripped part of it here and then just inked it up really good. And then just stuck it down in there. Here's another piece of the vintage dictionary page, and you'll see I also reinforced the spine of those with the washi tape because I just really didn't want them to tear. Here's just a plain piece of vellum. Love it. This is a piece of the scrapbook paper. It was like a cut off a part of it. I did put some lace on it and sewn it with the zigzag stitch. This was one of the embellishments that was in the kit. And again, I just done some of that gold foiling around it. Then this right here is like a little envelope that flips down. And on the inside there, let's see if I can get it, I just stuck a little piece of ephemera. It's just a couple of like little journal card type things. and it's just stuck down in there like that, and then that flips up and tucks right back under there. This is just a piece of music paper, nothing vintage to it, but I just like the way that it looked. I love the lace that I put on it. It's just so beautiful to me. And that lace does have a bulb pin with a rose charm. Here is another piece of the vintage dictionary page. There's some more of that faux vintage tape. Some more of the music paper, and this has got like it's like an embroidered lace on it. And again, I've done the zigzag stitching. Then on this side of it, and you'll see this sticks out a little bit, I've got some lace behind this. This is one of the tags that we've done. It's been a while back that we've done these tags, and if I can find the video, I will link it. And I've just got some like faux vintage ephemera in there. I just stuck that in there. That's a nice little journal card. This is one of the tags that we made in our faux tags maybe last week. And I've just left the strings hanging. If you don't like the strings hanging, you can absolutely cut them off. Here is another piece of coffee dyed tracing paper. I love the way it sounds. Then we have another sheet of vintage music paper. Again, I put that, this is a different type, but it's an embroidered like lace. Love the way this looks. Then on the back side of that, I just done a little bit of stenciling. I sewn in one of the journal cards that was in the kit. This was like a thing of 4 of these coupons, and so what I done was I folded them to where it looked like they had been folded, and then I took my little sander and sanded it a little bit, and then I just, you know, inked around it, and then just stuck it right up under there. This is another piece of vintage music paper, just beautiful. This is a sheet of that lock die or lock to paper that I showed that I had done some of the faux vintage ephemera out of. I love the way it feels. Another sheet of the vintage dictionary page. This is another coffee dyed sheet. I just took one of my tickets out of one of my kits, and I just kind of taped it down with some of that faux vintage tape. I done some lace on the edge of that with that zigzag stitch. Then on the inside of this, I took some, this was like a vintage, you know, it's a printable, digital of mine. And I just tore it, so it was a tag, and I tore it and made that pocket. And I just put some of that gold foil on it, and then I put a little flower with a piece of the vintage, faux vintage washi. I can't even talk. This is a coffee dyed tag. These are some tags that I had bought off of Amazon a while back, and I just coffee dyed them. This is another one of those faux tags that we've done. This is a vintage playing card. I did absolutely nothing to it. I think it looks beautiful just like it is. This is a piece of faux music paper, and you can see it's got the handwriting and all on it. Another piece of the washi, and here we are at the middle of this signature, and you can see the little charms and jewels that I just left there. I done some of the stenciling on this page here, and I love this lace right here. It's got the gold in it. Another piece of the coffee dyed paper. And you'll see there's a lot of pages that I didn't do anything to. I just left it just like they were. This is the other side of that locto paper or whatever, and it's got the lace on it. The faux vintage music, or no, this is not faux. This is the vintage music sheet, and again, it's got some lace on it. Look at that lace there. It's just beautiful. The tracing paper, the coffee dyed tracing paper. There's another piece of the music paper with the lace, and this one has this Paris charm clipped to it. Some more stenciling. The vintage dictionary page. And you'll see I left a lot of blank pages. I really wanted to do that. I love this lace right here because it's so long, it sticks out. And that's another part of that book page. the vellum. There's that vintage dictionary page. The coffee dyed paper with, this is a very fine embroidered lace. This image here is out of a book. It's early 1900s. I don't remember exactly. And I didn't do anything. After I tore it out, I just left it like that. You could take, if you wanted to do something additional to it, you could make this into a journal card or anything like that. I just didn't want to do anything to it. And I've clipped it onto the other side of this vintage map. And let me put that back down. All right, and on the other side of that, this is goes right here. This is just a printable. It's a printable of a vintage bingo card. I've backed it with coffee dyed paper. I've just kind of folded it and inked it some so it looks like it's been around a while. And I've just got it clipped right there. This is the other side of that coffee dyed tracing paper. This was supposed to, I was going to put this in somewhere and I didn't, but I was kind of just leaving it like as a bookmark almost, and because I couldn't figure out where I wanted to put it, but I love the way it looks. So I've just got it kind of setting in there. I love it. You can choose to, leave it. You can clip it in somewhere. I'll probably clip it there for now so I don't get lost. That vintage dictionary page. The vintage music paper. This is another, atlas. And then this is the end of this signature here. And back here, I have used one of my printable pieces of ephemera and made a pocket. This is a true vintage page here. And again, if you want to make this into a journal card or something, you can. This is faux vintage. It's one of the ones that's printed on that lock-to paper. I put some more of my tape on it. I just inked around it some. And then this is out of one of my master boards that all I done was just cut it. I did sew around it. I put a little bit of the glitter on it. I put the other piece of that part that I tore off right there. Right here, this is a very vintage, it's out of one of the books I have that it's like for studying. It's a school book of some sort. It's like early 1900s. And I just have it stuck right there with a gold paper clip. On the inside of that page, there's one of those little envelopes. I didn't do anything to it other than ink around it some, and I just stuck a couple of like tickets in it. And that's all I've done there. Here's another piece of that vintage atlas. It's just absolutely beautiful to me. Then we have some vellum with that beautiful lace. This vellum has a key attached to it. I love this piece of coffee dyed paper. Look at that. That is just so pretty to me. I do have some lace on it. Look at this side of it. Oh, I love it. There's some of that faux vintage tape where it looks like I hinged the pockets in on that dictionary page. Some coffee dyed tracing paper. I'm going to set this right there for a second. So this is just a coffee dyed paper that I made into an envelope. Then I put some of the faux vintage tape on it so it looks like it was sealed and somebody opened it. And then there's another, this is faux vintage, like a letter. And so it looks really aged. And I just folded it up and stuck it down in this envelope here. And then this is, well, it's going to be on this side. So let me put this here, I think. Yes, I can do this. I'm going to put, let me show you this and then I'll do that. So there's the inside of that. And I done some of the reinforcing I done with the fabric washing. not all of it. This is another piece of very vintage book page, and I just slid it right under that bulldog clip as well. Piece of the scrapbook paper. Look at that lace there. It is so pretty. I love it. Coffee dyed tracing paper. This is that lock 2 paper with some stenciling. I love this lace on it. Vintage music paper. Some of the vintage dictionary page. This is some more just regular music paper with the lace attached to it. Some vintage music paper. Look at that vellum with that lace on it. That is just so pretty to me. Then we have the vintage dictionary page. Vintage music paper. See some of the stenciling there. There's some more of that embroidered lace. I've done some more stenciling on this coffee dyed paper. And then this is, I think this is a printable in my shop. This is 3 faux vintage flashcards, and I have backed them onto coffee dyed paper. So they make great journaling spots there. Look at how big that lace is, really hangs out, and this has a like bronze colored like butterfly. Here's the middle of this signature, and it has got these embellishments on it. I've done some stenciling there. Vintage dictionary page. This is coffee dyed paper, and I just took some of the pattern paper. I tore it to make this pocket. Then for the envelope, this is a coffee dyed envelope. I done some stamping on it. I done some stenciling on it. I kind of ripped it here to make it look like it had been opened several times. This is an actual vintage page right here. And I just left it exactly how it was when it came out of the book. I think it's beautiful just like it is. And I just tucked that right down in there. And then this is a piece of faux vintage letter. And again, I kind of tore it and then inked where I tore it. So it looks like this letter has been opened quite a few times. And then just tucked it in there as well. And then I just tucked it in the pocket, and I have it going this direction so you can see that. This is one of my printables. It's like a whole little mini file folder kit. And I found one of my file folders that I wasn't doing anything with, so I just used it. I just stuck a little ticket down in it, and then just thought it would be cute tucked down in here. I'll just put it back this way. And then on this page, this was just when I was going through some of my ephemera that I'd already made. I found this, so it's got a little tuck right there. It has a little pocket at the top, and then it's got a little belly band there. And this was exactly how I pulled it out of my little stash, and so I just left everything just like it was and just clipped it onto the page with the gold paper clip. This is out of my printables. This is just a piece of faux, it's a scan of some vintage ephemera. But it's credit coupon checkbook. I just left the back just like it was. It's a great journal card. This is some more vintage music with some lace on it. There's that vintage dictionary page. Some vellum. And you'll see I got threads where I was trying to cut all the threads. This is vintage music paper with some of the lace on it. This was also out of my stash. This was something I made. I don't even know when it was I made it. But I just took and stuck a tag down in there. This is, I believe I have this printable available. And I just stuck some of the little ribbon at the top. So that goes in there. Then this pocket, I just put a couple of little journal cards. Nothing, too major, just a couple of little journal cards is all that is. And then in this bottom pocket is this little thing here. And you open it up and there is a couple of little tiny journal type cards. Then it's also a side pocket, and I've got this little card here. This is a piece of Tim Holtz paper, and then I put just a little pocket on the other side so you could stick something in there. And then it just sticks out enough that you can see. There's some more vintage dictionary page, vintage music page, some more of that lock-to paper, coffee dyed tracing paper. There's some more of that faux vintage tape. Look at this lace that I've got on this piece of scrapbook paper. Love it. Here's another piece of that atlas. This is done with the the fabric washing. Some more coffee dyed tracing paper. Some dictionary page. This is coffee dyed paper. And I've done a corner pocket on it. I also done some of that gold foiling. I love the lace there. This is another piece of the 1891 music. So this is actual vintage. This is another piece of the faux vintage. It is like an old invoice. It's printed on that lock-to paper. I did not tear all of this like I did the others, but I did sand some holes in it. And so that's just tucked down in there as well. This is another one of the tags that we made maybe last week. And another piece of my printable vintage ephemera. And it's, again, there's that beautiful lace. This is some vellum, and I just done some stenciling on that vellum. This is that other piece of the map, and this has the fabric washi there. And then this is the back of the journal. And then for here, you can't really see it good, but it does have some lace. It's got some of that. Then it's got a library card stuck down in it there. Just something simple is what I wanted. And there it is, guys. So it will be listed for sale in my Etsy Sunday, October the 29th at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you are interested in this, you need to get over there and be right ready to go at 2 o'clock, because I cannot, I can't hold it for anybody because I've had a lot of people that have, seen it whenever I've been doing some of the other projects and have asked about it. And I can't hold it for anybody. So if this is something you're interested in, you need to get over there and grab it while it's available. I don't see this sticking around more than an hour or so. But yeah, just let me know what you guys think. And if it is sold tomorrow, which is Sunday, October the 29th, I will go ahead and get it put in the mail on Monday, October the 30th. And this will be sent priority mail. Because of the cost of it, the shipping will be free, so you won't have to pay shipping. But yeah, let me know what you guys think, and I will talk to you all in the next video. Bye, guys.